Hello, thank you very much. First slide. My name is Don Ford. I have no conflicts of interest. Next slide. Sticking with JN1 is suitable and not a decision made out of convenience. Choosing a closer variant seems like a good choice until once you include the time to manufacture vaccines and consider how adjacent variants evolve with immune evasion to each other. That vaccine will be up against a new variant that specifically has immune evasion to the vaccines we just released. Novavax can do things that mRNA cannot. With each shot increasing the breadth of your active antibodies, we can expect the additional shots to increase antibody range to all current and coming variants. We're posing limitation where data is gathered on the basis of the limitations of mRNA, while ignoring these are not Novavax's limits. We have to stop trying to fit COVID into a box based on the limits of mRNA and treat COVID as it actually is, a year-round problem that puts us all at risk. Even the new leadership stipulated that overstating mRNA's benefits can lead to harm, but it's only through them being left vulnerable to the virus, implicating that they understand the virus is harmful and vaccine protection is necessary. Next slide. We don't need a seasonal update right now because we're trying to fit COVID into a box built for a seasonal influenza while COVID is year-round. Current variants are all within the range. We can have vaccines available before school starts. This gives us the opportunity to reset the timing overall. New leadership wants to shake up matters with vaccines in general. It's undeniable that the new leadership wants to leave their mark on vaccines. Moving to AIM vaccine update releases for before school starts in the fall would be the best way to do that. COVID is a year-round problem, does not need the benefit of cold weather to infect, which creates our seasonal method for choosing influenza variants. COVID spikes happen based on the combination of infection-based immunity quickly waning on a population level and the evolution of new immune-evasive variants, meaning waves can happen in any season. We need to be more agile in meeting the reality of dealing with COVID based on how it circulates in communities. Next slide. There are two contentious items to consider when choosing variant updates. COVID is not a seasonal virus. Children are the primary vectors for transmission. This year's variants create an opportunity to create a schedule that will both meet the demands of a shakeup and the people who desire extra protection. If our current vaccines give us variant coverage, then we can release them before the school year starts. And in a perfect world, we'd be allowing a new priming series of Novavax to create better protection that's tuned to stop infection in a majority of cases, again, meeting the demands of both groups. A recommendation is not a mandate, but if superior protection is available, it should be made available. Next slide. Allowing manufacturers to stay with JN1 or KP2 while having an early and variant selection process next year would mean we could choose a more definitive next variant. It's unclear which variant will become dominant next, and we can't force these saltation events to fit conveniently into our scheduling. We need to adjust our scheduling for choosing variants that would be best and align more closely with the start of the school than the winter season. As far as this year's goes, folks will fit into two groups: those who received a priming series with 2 or more Novavax, those who have not. Those who have will have already gotten multiple shots, benefiting from the increase in antigenic range, and those who have not should get a new priming series and see the same benefit. The effectiveness of this multi-shot effect is not a theory. We already did this during Omicron with the prototype vaccine. Next slide. The benefits of Novavax include a response that never wanes completely after 2 shots and a response that builds between consecutive shots with protection responses 4 to 6 times higher than mRNA after a 3rd shot. Next slide. It's important to differentiate between the two products now. While the 100% protection from mRNA never manifested in a real-world situation, Novavax's benefits have manifested as actually stopping infection. Every type of Novavax, from boosters to priming series, showed a long-lasting response in all categories. Novavax is always practically tested against stopping infection in general, while mRNA has been limited to protection from hospitalization and death only. Next slide. The recent BLA approval made a strong argument for pediatric expansion because people are born with underlying conditions and they deserve as much opportunity to live as everyone else. Those that need extra protections do not make us weaker. We become stronger by adding the extra steps that achieve their safety. Protecting them makes us better. It is immoral and unethical to deny Americans access, especially after Americans paid for it. Next slide. Next slide. Both the greatest critics of vaccines and the folks who have been advising for vaccines past recommendations agree on Novavax's approval. Altering the recommendation puts undue hardship on people already struggling to protect themselves. No one is forced to get these vaccines, but they should be available to those that want them. Next slide. This year proves we should be prioritizing the use of more protective product that meets the demands of both the skeptics and those who want protection from a once-a-year strategy. And then next slide. Novavax is the better COVID vaccine, and it should be prioritized. Thank you.